Ahoy there, people of the internet, and welcome to this week's edition of Transformer of the Week. Well, I'm going to be looking at this guy. This is Gigapower's Guttur, or Snarl as we know him. He's a Dinobot. Why have I not done this character yet? I don't know. He's absolutely gorgeous. Now, the thing is, when I was growing up, Triceratops were my favourite dinosaur. Grimlock, however, was my favourite Dinobot character, mostly because he was the one with the most character in the comic books. But Snarl, however, somehow Snarl was aesthetically my favourite looking Dinobot. I remember one of the first G1 comics I had was the Dinobot Hunt issue, one that had Snarl in it, where they hunted Snarl down because it was some kind of a military base in the desert. Oh, it was absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, he's always been aesthetically one of my favourite looking Dinobots, even though Stegosaurus was my brother's favourite dinosaur. But yeah, so he's this lovely gold, silver, red dinosaur with these plates. Just everything that's just going on, and Gigapower have just put in so much detail here. I mean, just looking there, that's where his legs go in robot mode, and this is a detail that the toy had. And they've put that in there, and all these just vents and bits and stuff. It's just wow. Love it. Absolutely love it. Now, he does have this little thing that he comes with where you can put these up there and you can put that there. It's kind of more remedy some of the transparent plastic that was on the toy. It doesn't actually lock in place, it's just kind of just there, so you know it is a bit loose and wobbly, and it's just totally a thing you can do. I mean, it does block that neck articulation, and he does have, you know, a fair decent amount of articulation. You know, the legs can come out a bit. He's got very stiff bends here and ankle pivots and toe curls, and at the back that can go out quite a lot. We've got a swivel there, can get a bend there at the gold foot, and again toesies move. And back here, just a little bit of waggle at the tail. I'd just love if someone could make a Snarl where this tail was just proper whackinating people with those spikes. Love that. Now you can does have a missile launcher that for some reason they've put the port for it here, which on the G1 it was there, and there's so much reverence to the G1 figure. I just don't understand why they didn't put the port there, but you know, never mind, it can go there. And he also comes with these fire slippers. Now we can get these on the right feet. So you can have him so he's like walking on fire, or he's causing fire while he walks. I'm not quite sure what the intent is here, but yeah, it does actually look, it's quite fun. It's quite a bit of fun, and I do have him in Stegosaurus mode. I do have those slippers on him, so totally worth it. Now, let's transform him, shall we? There's issues with this figure. Most notably the Guttur hip issue, which It's quite scary. My hips have not imploded on my Guttur yet, so you never know if this could happen within the course of this video. That's something for you to keep entertained, isn't it? Will Richard break his toy? So we're just going to start by moving these legs out of the way, and we're going to get in here. It's been a while since I've transformed this, actually. So we could be having a disaster. So pull out the legs like so, and they do. The Masterpiece Grimlock changed a lot of things for the way Dinobots transform, and they all have since that then had this kind of very similar way of moving the dino bits around to go inside the legs rather than be just hanging out. But it's the way of actually getting that so it is in the right place, and I don't think this is it. Pull that out there, right in there, we just pull that there. Now this has a little thing that comes out, I believe. Right, so we lift that in, lift that out, and that forms a connection there. So you have this little connection thing along the foot. Okay then, so then we move that so it's out there. And we do the same thing, just move this hip out of the way, just move that there for now. Frightening. So we're going to get back here and do the same thing here. I'll do a completely different thing there. That's the way you do it. Right, let's have a look what we've done here. So you get, that's the way you do it. That makes more sense. We're learning as we go here, people. It's the way we do things on Transform of the Week. Is we fuck up and we call it entertainment. So yeah, that is a lot tidier than what was it. So now that the legs are transformed, we get these in here. We need to get the hips into the right position. So do the waist joint. So that is at the front of his body. That's where it should be. So then now move these out of the way like so. We do a thigh swivel. Aha! The trick is swiveling the thigh and not this hip ratchet. That is quite dodgy. Phew! It survives another transformation. We say, speak too soon, you know. Let's do the arm, shall we? The arms are quite, as you'd call, masterpiecey really. You need to find one, pull those out, and then pull that out there, pull that all the way out there. So this should then be able to, come on Andy. The problem with having articulated everything is sometimes some of the there's an arm. Probably a reason why I didn't do this. I've not done this guy for a long time. I've not done him for a Transformer of the Week. Is because it takes up a lot of screen time of me wrestling a figure into submitting to my will and transforming. So, get that out there. Get that there. Whew. We are almost there. Now, the tail, it transforms like so. You split it. Done. The back bit transforms like so. Move that back. And we get back in here. Don't get cocky, kid. Oh, beautiful. Again, there's a continuation of all the detail they've been using. Hit with a killer head sculpt. Here he is, this is the blue-eyed version. There's some flaps here that open up for no particular reason, other than you could put flaps in there that open up. Yeah, just all this clickety-clacketiness. These big stiff knees and thigh joints, and just the black is just... It's not often that you're impressed by black plastic on a figure, but the black on this figure is just... It's beautiful. As is, you know, the rest of the sheen. It just gives it this just very dominant presence of a Dinobot, and that's what I love about it. He's massive. Here he is next to a deluxe. Here he is with kind of third party truck scale, kind of masterpiece scale. So this is around the masterpiece car bot size. Shit. That is just an awesome presence on a shelf. So I've got like all this swinging out butterfly joint there. A full 360 finger roll there. A bicep swivel. An elbow, clicky clackiness, wrist swivels, all the fingers moving, multiple parts, waist joints, not this one, not that one, thigh swivel, a ratcheted hip, going clickety clackety in, clickety out. Heavy legs that hold like so. A knee joint. And in these impressive big dino hoofs, there is actually room that you can tilt these sections, inner sections here. We didn't even talk about this ball jointed head as well. brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. And he comes with things. Comes with a sword. It's got a masterpiece style connector there. It comes with a gun. Again, it's got a peg hole for sticking it on places, but it also has a masterpiece style connecting things. And that's all these guns, because it's the metallic version, these swords come with this flame effect here, so you can bang this on. Lovely. And if I had the batteries, that could also light up. Wow. Let's get it out in his hand, shall we? Which way shall we go? One second. Let's kill up some time, shall we? Oh, phew. It fell on the floor. He does hold it. He does hold it, I promise. What the fuck is going on here? Try the other hand. It shouldn't make much difference. Of course, it goes in straight away. The gun also has an effect. Bloop. And if I had batteries for that, this could also light up. The gun he can also hold. Oh, absolutely gorgeously impressive. Now then, when I first purchased this, I did watch a particular YouTuber's video, Mr. Few Adams. Few's awesome reviews. I do not doubt for a second that everyone who's watching this is also subscribed to Few's awesome reviews. Now, he did have in his video, it was a prototype version of Guttur where you could swap out. You could remove the head and swap out the faces. So my Guttur also came with another face. So what you could do is you could take off the faces and replace the eyes. Now, so I wanted the snarling face with the blue eyes. So I wanted to do the head swap. So I'd remove the head, like so, which is easy enough, easy peasy. And then I went about trying to take the face off. It wouldn't budge. Tried again. Wouldn't budge. Tried again, a bit harder. And kind of ripped his face off. Turns out that the actual retail release of Guttur, they scrapped that idea. So, unfortunately, I've ripped his face off. As you do. But, bit of TLC, bit of glue, it will be fine. It'll be fine. I like this head better. I wanted the snarling face with the blue eyes because, you know, I like my blue-eyed Dinobots. But I like, if you give me a face with more of an expression than a dull one, you know, not to say that's too dull, but it's a very neutral one. But if you give me an emotional face, I'll use the emotional face every time. That's just how I like my characters to have a bit of an emotion. So lovely, absolutely lovely. And now this is the thing, I never really... Snarl. No one really talks about Snarl as a character in the Dinobots because he's quite unforgettable. He's a Dinobot who doesn't like being he thinks he's a bit ugly and doesn't like people generally. And he's quite forgettable. They even forgot about him in the 1986 movie. Which is a shame because he's absolutely beautiful. He's beautiful. He's the most beautiful Dinobot. I mean, if I was thinking about this, I would have made this guy the second in command. Not just because I prefer this Dinobot and I find it most aesthetically pleasing, but because, unlike the other Dinobots, he has a lot of gold on him. A lot of gold, like Grimlock does. He, you know, that is, to me, would mark him as being higher up in the ranking order, just through the use of, you know, the amount of gold that is on him. And rather than being a character that doesn't really like people, doesn't really talk to people, the Dinobots, some of them have some very specific reasons to fight. Now, Snarl's ability, special power, is that he gets stronger in sunlight. So to me, this guy, who could be second in command, who has all this, he doesn't have kibble, Snarl, he has regalia. That is just, this awesome pomp and circumstance and ceremony about his Dinobot tail halves. There's something regal in there. So I make it that he's a character who fights for glory, for fame. I'd make him the showboater amongst the Dinobots. The one who's like, hey, watch this, guys. Gets out in the sunshine. Shine on, sparkly warrior, shine on. You know what I mean? I'd have him that type of character. But you know what? I can. Because as much as they throw out a lot of comic books, cartoons, movies, at the end of the day, being a Transformer fan, being a fan of any fandom is headcanon, is a thing. It's real. It's your own personal little stories, your own personal ways of making these characters intriguing. So you can imagine your way and have the characters behave your way. And that, to me, is one of the enduring things, one of the lasting things about being a fan of any fandom, when particularly of Transformers, is seeing these robot dinosaur men and then just imagining how they behave and how they interact with the other figures that you have. That was a great amount of imagination and play as a child. And I think it's still important to have that imagination and play as an adult. It's been a long one. Guttur from Gigapower, also known as Snarl. Massive, impressive, dominant, regal presence of a Transformer. That's why he's my Transformer of the Week. Join me next week when there'll be more Transformers and more weeks, and we will, you know, see what's been going on there. Now, I keep saying I'm complaining about this. This is my viewfinder, and I think something hideously has gone wrong with this video. But no, 20 fucking odd minutes. See, that's the viewfinder there, so I don't know if we're going to do that. And so it keeps turning itself off while I'm halfway through a video, so it doesn't really matter because I kind of know once I've got the places I don't need to look at the viewfinder. But to actually stop it, the stop button is also here. Or is it in the screen when I say be excellent to each other, party on dudes, and because you deserve it, bestow Fisto!